Hey YouTube, Lucky here from the lab, and today I'm bringing you a video talking about the Season 5 trials, what I'd like to see. This is a follow-up to the video that I made before, and just as a disclaimer, before this video goes any further, I want everyone to know that I do not have any sort of new footage or leaked footage or information about Season 5 trials, so please refrain from posting comments below in the chat, in the comment section saying,
"Oh my god, this is clickbait."
Definitely not clickbait. This is entirely just a video talking about what I would like to see from Season 5 trials. It's a follow-up to my last video where I talk about Season 5 trials, what you, the community, would like to see come out of Season 5 trials. And so this is the follow-up video, and I'm going to go over all the points that I missed in my last video, and I'm going to try and do this video as fast as possible so that, it doesn't get too lengthy, because it could easily turn into a 20, 30, 45-minute video. We could sit and talk about this for hours, what we want from trials. So essentially, from the last video I had, my two main points were that I wanted it to be card-based matchmaking because I felt it was a lot better than connection-based, and I wanted the biggest point to make was that the loot be extremely meaningful, extremely awesome, both aesthetically pleasing, but especially to be extremely powerful loot, like have really good PvP powerful perks and stuff like that. And so that was kind of my two big points in that video. In this video, I'm going to go over a lot more points, and I'm going to kind of go through them rapid fire. And I'm going to be directly responding to the feedback from the last video. So here's the last video, Season 5 Trials, open discussion, the best version of Trials. And the very top comment is from Philip Buckley, and he says, "Take it back to 3 vs 3 and elimination only." Now, I spent a lot of time with the community and with my chat and talking to a lot of different people, and I think that there's kind of a unanimous, mostly unanimous opinion that people really want to see trials go back to 3 vs 3 and especially to elimination. And it's not just that elimination is the better game mode in any way. I think they just want an exclusive trials mode. It doesn't have to be elimination from what I can feel from the community. It just needs to be an exclusive trials mode. So that way trials doesn't feel like a sort of wannabe competitive playlist or a faux competitive playlist. It's like its own unique playlist with its own unique mode. And on top of that, if it was 3 vs 3, it would already have such a unique feeling. And that's what people liked from trials, is how unique it was. And so I agree with Philip Buckley here, and I agree with the community, and I say that 3 vs 3 would be the best version of trials. If you guys agree as well, please make your voice known. Please like the video. Please share the video. I'm going to try and get this video out there to as many people as I can. And hopefully when trials does come back, we can see it come back better than ever and have all of these improvements. So my opinion, 3 vs 3 is the best version of trials because it's unique. Secondly, elimination is the best game mode for trials. And if they don't want to bring back elimination, at least bring back an elimination variation. So that way Trials has its own unique game mode, and Trials feels special and different from every other PvP experience. Not just a competitive wannabe game mode. The third point I'm going to bring up is matchmaking. A lot of people mentioned that they thought that connection-based matchmaking was better than card-based matchmaking. And I'm going to say this, in the way I see it is that card-based matchmaking is better, but people who are highly skilled are going to enjoy card-based matchmaking probably more because they're going to be able to get through the cards. People who are lesser skilled are probably going to enjoy connection-based more because it's a lot easier than card-based matchmaking. So whichever side of the fence you stand on, if you think trials should be card-based matchmaking or if you think trials should be connection-based matchmaking, it probably has to do a little bit with your bias of are you extremely good at the game, extremely good at PvP, or are you maybe more casual, maybe not extremely talented at PvP. But I do strongly believe that we should make trials, and trials should come back as card-based matchmaking, and to appeal to those that believe in connection-based, I think that they should add mercy back into the game. So that way it's card-based and have mercy. That way you still have the challenge, the difficult road, the mountain to climb up, winning 7 games. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, Game 6. This is the big one. We got to win Game 6 and flawless, or tears. But at least give people mercy, so that way if you lose Game 6, you get a second chance, or if you lose anywhere along that card, you get a second chance. I feel like card-based matchmaking is so much more challenging and so much more fun, and I understand I probably am biased towards card-based because I play the game a lot and I do okay, I guess. And so let me know what you guys think about card-based over connection-based. That was kind of one of the biggest feuds I had between the community and between my chat and Twitter and everything, was that a lot of people were saying they actually did like connection-based. So let me know which you think, card-based or connection-based. The next point I have here is that people want radar in trials, which I think it would probably just come standard anyways. But radar went away from trials for a long time, and people, from what it seemed like, they wanted the radar back. That people wanted trials to have the radar, and I would agree with most people. I liked the no radar because it kind of changed the pace of trials a lot. But at the same time, Destiny is just a radar game, and the people who can camp in corners and stuff and shoot you in the back can be really frustrating. So, if they wanted to do no radar, they would have to really work on the audio cues in the game, and I don't think that they're invested in doing that. So please, 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 if any Bungie devs are watching this, please leave radar on with trials. It seems to be a pretty favorable decision from the community. That one seemed to be pretty easy. People want radar. Let me know in the comments if you want radar. The next point I'm going over is that it would be really cool if there was an exclusive Trials quest. Right now, we know for a fact that there is a Crucible quest. Obviously, there's the Luna's Howl, the Not Forgotten. In the next season, there's going to be a new one, which is a mountaintop grenade launcher, which I'm not even going to talk about right now. I'm going to make another video about that. And there's going to be a Gambit exclusive weapon, and there's going to be, which is going to be an auto rifle, and then there's going to be a Vanguard exclusive weapon, which is going to be a fusion rifle. So each three of these realms of Destiny has their own quest and pinnacle weapon at the end of the quest. It would be extremely cool if Trials had its own thing as well, its own quest and pinnacle weapon. How awesome would it be if there was just a fully decked out, really cool, powerful sniper rifle that was a Trials sniper rifle? That would be just awesome. That would be so worth grinding Trials. And it would keep people playing beyond going flawless or beyond beating their bounties, which is going to be the next topic that I'm going to talk about. There should be Trials bounties, so that way there's ways for people to acquire loot that can't get flawless. You know, it's really important when we talk about Trials, and I know it's it's hard for the people that are really skilled to feel this, but it's really important to take care of the community that aren't as extremely skilled at PvP. We need to make sure that those who aren't extremely good at PvP still have fun while playing PvP, because, you know, if we don't, then we lose a ton of the player base. And you know, this game is meant to be fun, and this game is meant to be fun for all, and you know, the experience is meant to be shared. So we need to keep in mind that there's going to be people that play this game daily, weekly, monthly, all the time, and they're not going to get flawless in Trials, and they should still be rewarded. And that's why we need to have bounties, and things and loot should drop for them, and they should still get items within the game. And maybe they don't get the absolute best versions of the items, but they should get very, very close items if they grind and they play a lot. They should definitely be rewarded for playing the game a lot. And so bounties is a big thing. And the last topic, that's the big topics. These are all what I'm going to call the big topics, and then I'm going to go over a small like subtopics in just a second. But the last one is Scarab. There should really be something to grind for after you go flawless. The Scarab emblem was an emblem that you could only unlock in Trials of Osiris in Destiny 1 after you went flawless. And after you went flawless, you could continue to play on that flawless card, and a Scarab emblem, a very rare emblem, would pop up for you. And it was a really cool emblem because it was like, whoa, like you have to not only go flawless, but then win matches beyond that. And it was very sought after for a while. Eventually, a lot of people got it, but you know, it was a really, really cool part of the game. And one that I especially really liked because it gave you more to grind for after flawless. I want there to be in Trials to be interest and desire to play Trials around the clock, 24/7. Like, there should always be some reason to play Trials. Right now in competitive, we have a really big problem where once you get your Not Forgotten, there's nothing left to do. There's no reason to play comp at all. There's actually nothing left to do. And so you see a lot of people just leaving the game because people who like to play PvP a lot and play really tough and like work towards stuff, you know, work towards something else now, but there's nothing left to do. So people leave, or they just go to quick play, or they playing competitive matches, sweats and stuff. They're doing a variety of different stuff, but the competitive playlist is diluted a lot because of that. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what Bungie intends, because then the people who are extremely skilled are out of the competitive playlist, and so those that are lesser skilled can now get their Luna's Howl, can now get their Not Forgottens. Maybe that's by desire, but it doesn't seem like that's really the right system to do it. It seems like you'd want to have people that are passionate about a certain thing, realm. Like, let's say you're super passionate about strikes. Let's say you're super passionate about competitive playlists. Let's say you're super passionate about Trials. You want there to be a reason to get online every day and play that one realm of the Destiny universe that you're extremely passionate about. And it's kind of unfortunate that once you get your Not Forgotten, there's truly nothing to do beyond that. And so it just feels like you kind of hit a brick wall. And again, I think there's a variety of different ways that could be fixed. Maybe random rolls on the Not Forgotten and stuff like that, but that's an entirely different video, and I don't want to go down that just yet. So Scarab Emblem, I think, would be extremely awesome to allow the replayability of Trials, so that way whether it be both Scarab, bounties, and a quest. Could you imagine if all of that was a part of Trials? If you got online to play and you were, one, going for flawless, but if you didn't get it, you beat bounties, so you still got weapons and loot. And if you didn't, and if you did get flawless, you could continue to play because you could go for both the quest, and on top of that, you could go for the Scarab Emblem. And so that would give you so much more to do in Trials. You would just have like, you'd just be playing Trials all the time. You know, it'd be really, really cool to see. And so that's all the big points. The second and the last part that I'd like to see in Trials is I want to see Trials come back in a big way. I think that Trials launching, I could just vision it now. Like, I like to get really specific, and I'm going to get specific with these last points. How cool would it be if Trials came back, and when it came back, it launched with a remake map of Anomaly? You know, like, a lot of people like the remake maps and stuff, and some of the best Destiny 1 maps. A lot of people have complained that the Destiny 2 structure of maps is frustrating. How about, like, one of the best, most favorite maps of Destiny 1, Anomaly, is the launch of Trials, and it's totally remade, and it's like, I don't know, an entirely different version, a Destiny 2 version, like a Nessus style thing or whatever it would be. I don't know how it would be themed, but it would be really cool to see it launch with like a remake of Anomaly. And another thing that would be really cool is, you know, have some of that exclusive loot, have it be a really cool Trials hand cannon, a 150 RPM hand cannon. There's only like one new 150 RPM hand cannon in Destiny 2 Forsaken, and that's an energy hand cannon. It'd be super cool if there was a kinetic 150 hand cannon that was like super Trials themed. It just looked really epic and had all kinds of good perks on it. Again, these are all just the smaller points. These are things that I think would add the flair and add the passion and the excitement to Trials. A variety of other topics were brought up, but I'm going to kind of keep to this small group of topics that I've gone over so far. And hopefully you guys agree with all the points. Again, I need to see your comments in the comment section below. You can see there's all kinds of comments down here. A lot of people talking up 3 vs 3. I'm going to, again, read all these comments, and I'm going to try and get this video sent out specifically to the Bungie devs that work on Trials of Osiris and on PvP. And I'm going to try and, you know, get this message across and see what they think and get some feedback from them. If you guys don't know, a lot of them follow me on Twitter. Almost all the Bungie devs follow us on Twitter, and so I can actually send this video to them, but I only want to do so if I get really good feedback on this video. If everyone's like, yeah, you're right, LuCKyy, you're right, this is the way it should be, send this video to them. Let's get this message out there. Let's make sure that Trials comes back right. So please leave a like on the video and let me know what you think with the comment section below. And that's how I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.